Hey everyone, how's it going? Today we'll be talking about Persona 4 Revisit again. This is basically my part two. Um, Once again, this is just little fun discussions I just want to do for this. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this a lot for this channel. I mean, I kind of been doing it, but it hasn't been crazy. So today we'll just be talking about Persona 4 Revisit again. Um, yeah, like I said, today it's just going to be a little fun discussion. I just want to talk about a few mechanics, a few ideas, maybe a few hopeful speculations to see if we could get something more from it. Um, but yeah, that's all we're going to be doing today. And then, of course, there's a little bit of me playing a bit of Rayman Legends today. Once again, I know the game's old, but I'm making a video on the new upcoming game of that too. But today we're going to just be focusing on Persona 4 Revisit. So, without further ado, let's go. All right. So, first thing I want to talk about, I first talked about the fishing. Um, like, if you guys know from my last video, I'm a sucker for fishing in video games. As long as it's not a simulator game, like like boat simulator, fishing simulator, sport simulator, then I find those kind of cool. Like, I talked about last video that I was saying maybe there can be like a little aquarium you can help like one of the CPUs open up their aquarium because they're not getting a lot of customers coming in. So they'll ask you to help them get more animals from the sea to help them open up the aquarium so more people are coming in, and maybe that'll help you. Maybe that'll be like a nice little side quest to get better items, or maybe you can start confidants. I don't know, but I think that'd be cool. But once again, I already talked about that stuff, so I won't be going too much into it. I probably will be talking about more fish and stuff, more of the fishing mechanic, but not too much like last time. Otherwise, one thing I want to talk about is the the hub world, aka the open world mechanic where you're running around Inaba. One thing I want to talk about is I hope I hope it's a bit more open minded like Persona 5 was, because with Persona 5, I guess in Persona 5 it was a bit more open, where Inaba from Persona 5 Golden you couldn't really go too far. Like in Persona 5 you can go to like it was Shibuya, then you can go to the electronic area. Once again, I'm sorry, I'm not good at naming stuff. um where you help Futaba get her console. You can go there. Like I hope that they do this for this game, because when I play Persona 4 Golden, you're kind of just stuck in one spot, which was basically the town and then school. And then on special occasions, you guys would go like to the beach where you guys rode your scooters to, and then you went to the there you guys took a field trip to the old school in Persona 3. Once again, sorry, not good with names, so if I don't say stuff, or if I don't remember stuff and you guys are gonna be like, why don't you remember this one? I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not good with names. But yeah. I mean, the Persona 3 school, that one's gonna make sense because you guys literally have to take a plane there, so it only makes sense you will be able to just go there consistently. But I just hope they add more worlds, or add more areas for you to explore, rather than you kind of being stuck in one area, or I guess three areas, which is the school, the the area the area where you fish, and then basically where the town is. So hopefully they add a bit more to it, or heck, maybe they can add more to it. Maybe they'll add like aquarium you can go to. Maybe they can add like um uh where Risei works. Maybe you can go there, and then maybe you can get items from that area. I think that'd be pretty cool. Um, Heck, maybe you can go to the Amagi Inn, and then you can like um if you have enough Rio, I believe that's what it's called. If you have enough Rio, you can book a little apartment to stay in, or I guess a room, not an apartment, but you can book a room with one of your friends. Like maybe you can book a room with Kanji, and then with Kanji, you guys will do like arts and crafts and stuff. um, and then with Yosuke, you guys would like play games or talk about the investigation squad stuff. Maybe with Teddy, Teddy will talk about the girls because he's always talking about. Um, well, I guess in this case, I think he just jokes about the whole um, Yukiko smooching and stuff, and then Kie just ends up smacking him in the face. But yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool to see. Or like later down the road, if you start like a romance with somebody, if you take them to the Magi Inn, you guys well, it would be like Persona 3 where you take them to the room and then you just spend time together and stuff. I think that would be pretty cool to see, rather than it being like just 3 worlds or 3 areas you could explore and that's it. So hopefully they add that. If they don't, once again, it's fine because this game already looks good as is. So all I'm just saying is I'm greedy. Okay. um, One thing I never really did I never finished the Array Confidants. I know people said that that's what you need to finish, get the true ending. But I got the good ending. I never got the true ending. So yeah. So I definitely gotta try to do that one day. I mean, I got time. Game ain't coming out for a while now, so I definitely got the time to do it. But otherwise, yeah, I'm super psyched about the game. Hopefully, they add more stuff to it. I talked about the last video that hopefully you can do more with the scooters. Like maybe you can race one of your friends, and if you beat them, you'll be able to level up their confidants. To basically get like a guarantee to level up. I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe you can like when you work, you can actually work and just like on Persona 4 where it was like, oh yeah, Ryuji came to the grocery store and then he's like, oh hey man, I'm coming to get the soba can or the soba drink. And he'll talk to you and stuff. He'd be like, that's pretty cool that you're able to work here. I think he said something like, I'm surprised to let high schoolers work in gas stations and stuff. Or it wasn't a gas station, it was a convenience store. But yeah, that would be pretty nice to see, rather than it being like oh yeah, you work at home and fold papers. I mean, I'm not saying it's boring per se, but I'm just like, hopefully they explore more into it. Once again, that's what I did on my gameplay, so I don't know all the jobs, so if I get flamed in the comments, I do apologize. But yeah, I just want to see more from the last game, because from what I'm understanding, they didn't really change too much on Persona 3. They didn't really change too much on Persona 3 Reload, so hopefully they add more to the game. I know this most likely won't. No, sorry. I just woke up. But hopefully they add like a 3rd semester. I know, yes, I know they aren't going to add it. But if they ever were to do it, hopefully they do it, because I definitely want to see the protagonists and Yukiko and Yosuke and Chie, Rise, Naoto, and Kanji and Teddy to be able to get a third awakening, because third awakening on their personas. That would be pretty nice to see. Once again, if they don't do it, that's fine, but I think it would be cool. It'll add something new to the game rather than it kind of just being the same. But if they do it, cool. If they don't, it's whatever. My guess is they probably won't do it. The only because to me the only reason why I say it would make a bit more sense than Persona 3 was because, well, in Persona 3 everyone, there's kind of more of a bigger deadline. There's kind of like a bigger deadline to it because Ninx and basically everyone's soul was, well, everyone was basically going to die. Oh yeah, unalive, YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. But yes, everybody was going to be unalive by Ninx. So it only makes sense that there would be a time limit. Where this game, even though there is a time limit, um, it's not as severe because in Persona 3 the protagonist kind of did get unalived, so it makes sense. So I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be really cool. If they don't, it's fine. If they do, yes, whatever. So that's one thing I want them to do. Add a third semester to the game. I don't even think the game has even a second semester now that I'm thinking about it. So I guess in a sense this would be a second semester, but I think that would be pretty nice. Actually, they do have no. They have a second awakening. Never mind. I was gonna say they do have a third awakening, but no, that's the second awakening. When you max out their confidants, they get their second awakening. But yeah, I think a third awakening could look cool if they don't. Once again, it's whatever. um, what else could they do? Mm, I don't know, man. Because I know a lot of people are going to be weirded out about the whole dating stuff. To me, it's fine. I'm just like, hey, if you want to, like, the whole controversy about Nato, Yosuke, and Kanji, I'm just like, just I don't really see a reason of changing it. To be honest, I'm not gonna go too far into it, but I know everybody has their own opinion, so I'm not gonna say my opinions need to affect your opinions. So if you think Nato is this, then think it. If you think Kanji is this, then think it. But I'm just gonna say what I say. I think the game is perfectly fine where it is. I don't see a reason of changing a character's whole arc or their whole meaning behind their awakening because of Watch My Face. I think that's weird. Like I said, I thought the whole point of liking a game is that you liked the characters. If you change the character, then quite literally, guess you don't like the game. That's like hating Mortal Kombat. That's like saying, "Oh yeah, I like Mortal Kombat, but I wish they would change Scorpion to being more like Sub Zero, and liking Sub Zero or having Shin Lao be more like his brother." Like the whole point of liking the game is kind of liking the characters. I'm not saying liking you can't dislike a character, but at the same time you can't just fully hate a character just because that's their whole character. Like that's the thing that makes them them. If you kind of don't like that, then you're just gonna hate majority of the characters. But once again, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna try to force my ideals on people. If you want to think this, think that. If you want to think that, think this. I truly don't care. But to me, I'm just like if you the whole point of the game is understanding the characters. So if you guys don't like the characters and them understanding themselves, then you kind of just lost the meaning of the story, I guess. Otherwise, I ain't gonna go too deep into it because, I it's whatever. Another thing I hope, I mean, I guess you could say I hope and kind of don't, is the reverse card, because they had that in Persona 3. I think they had that in the Persona 4 Golden. So I'm pretty sure they'll probably bring it back, but I say I like it because, well, I can't say I liked it because I never had it happen to me before because, well, I'm not Venturous, okay? I don't like making people feel like shit. Like, there's a scene I was watching where your car was getting assaulted by these like 2 or 3 guys, and then you got an option to like hug her. I'm just like, why would you hug her if she was literally getting assaulted by 3 dudes? Like the first one makes sense when you're at the beach because she's now learning about what happened to her dad and she kind of needs a comfort. But she literally straight up got oh yeah, I forgot you too. um she literally just got confronted by 3 dudes. Like I would kind of keep my distance. Keep my distance because I'm a dude, or at least Makoto's a dude. So it's like it only makes sense you wouldn't want to get kind of physical with her because yeah, um, like I said, I just think that just makes sense. So hopefully they bring that back. Like I said, I never really have it happen to me before, where I had the where the Torret card get reversed. I never had that happen to me before, but well, we ain't gonna find out anytime soon. Okay, you guys might call me a wuss, but I don't care because I never want that. I never want it to happen. Um, Another thing I want to talk about is the series finale, the background that you get from the game. I definitely do want to talk about that. So I have a few speculations about that. Just a few though. I said that it could be like an opening, like the Tsurugi from Persona 3, where that would be like your opening to do a super attack, or basically your all out hit. Um, I said it would be probably something like that. If you do series finale, you'll probably have you will probably be able to have one of the teammates be able to do a super, which I could be wrong. It could just be like a stage transition to help you do more damage or to help you get a better chance of doing an all-out attack. But I have a feeling all-out series finale is going to be your like opening to do an ultimate, which would be pretty cool. Of course, everyone saw Chie's, Yukiko's, no, not Kanji's, Yosuke's, and Yu Nakami, Narukami, Yu Narukami. Yeah, we already saw those guys. So yeah, okay, not gonna lie, the one I'm the most excited for is okay, it's Naruto. Naruto and Kanji's. I want to see what Kanji's is like, especially because I really hope they bring back his that one attack from Persona 4 Arena Max. I want them to add that to the game, where he throws the opponent, then he calls his persona. The persona comes down with his weapon and freaking Thor strikes him on the floor. Like that attack was sick. Hopefully they add that to the game because that was crazy. Where it'll be like he'll I almost did the Persona 3 one where but yeah, no, I'm not gonna say the gun. It's the glasses, not the gun. Where he'll call out his persona, and then the persona or Kanji will throw a chair at the opponent, then he'll call his persona, then his persona will come in the middle of the will get to the middle of the stage and then shock the whole stage for a good AoE lightning damage. I think that would be pretty cool to see. Naruto's okay. This is weird. I am a bit. I like Naruto's persona, but it's kind of I don't know. I don't know. I just feel a little weird. I feel a little off with it. All the other personas have like oh, we got these big personas. Oh, like these personas are humanoid, and then you got Naruto, which is like a freaking butterfly. Once again, I'm not going to be too judgmental. It's in the end of the game, it's just a game, and it's just her persona. It's supposed to represent herself, so I can't be too judgmental. Wait, yeah, I can't figure it out. Sorry, but yeah. Otherwise, I'm excited for Naruto's, especially hopefully One thing I saw, or at least one thing that we all saw from the game, is that everyone's ultimate is connected with their personas. Sorry, jeez, yawning so much. But so like Yu Narukami has this cross slash which looks gorgeous, and then Yosuke does like a wind slash, like a wind X slash in the middle of the stage. Of course, Chie's is this gigantic puck, I believe that's what it's called, where her persona does a double kick, which once again to me I think is a lot better than the original, where she kind of just stretches her legs, does a twist, and then she kicks the opponent to the sky. I'm not saying that looks bad per se, but I just think the revisit just looks a lot better. And then Yukiko has like a charged double flame attack where she holds it with her hand with her persona, and then she chucks it and it becomes like a flame tornado, which looks pretty sick. Out of all of them, honest, okay. Jesus Christ, I'm so easily swayed. This Chie, I like Chie so much. Um, but otherwise, yeah, like I said, unless we get more info on all the characters, Teddy's. If they add Teddy's spaceship from Ultimax, his is going to take the cake. I'm sorry, because that one's just freaking hilarious. He'll like get one shadow, push him in the ship, and he'll salute. He'll do a salute while his silhouette's in the background, and as the ship is going in the sky, it'll explode, and I'll say like some of the particles will fall in the shadows below and do an AoE attack. Or I guess I can't say all of them are going to be AoEs. I think that would be a bit boring because it won't give you the idea of I need to use these supers ideally than just, oh, I can just do any attack and then just do crazy AoE damage. Like, no. Sometimes you just gotta genuinely use your brain to know what supers to do, because if everything just does an AoE, then you're just boonga boonga. So yeah, otherwise, that's my idea. Hopefully they I really hope they do more with the ults, like kind of like what they did with Persona 3 Reload, because in that game I like how all the Tharugis were different. Like uh you had Junpei's where his first one he was charging at the shadow and then his persona flies next to him and trips him, and then his second one him and his persona are more in sync, and then the last hit it's like a flaming attack where the first one is just a strike attack and then the second one's a fire attack, and then at the end he fully heals himself. Like I like stuff like that where it changes where it's not just, oh, you have a second super, but it's just the same thing like the first one. I'm like, that's kind of lame to be honest. Like I like having the different status of ultimates. Like Makoto from Persona 3 had so many ultimates where he'd be like, oh, one would just be like a healing one will be an AoE, one will be like a singular attack, one will clear status effects from your opponents, one will give debuffs. Like I like stuff like that. It gives more variety of what you can do and what not to do, rather than just boonga boonga. Oh, here we go. We got a the same ultimate, just stronger. I'm just like, cool, I guess. Another thing I want to talk about is Rise, because we all know she's not a fighter unless you play Ultimax. Then yeah, otherwise she's no fighter. Because they did Futaba and Fuka good justice in their game, so Rise's probably gonna have more. Excuse me. She's probably gonna have better choices than her predecessor did. At least so I hope so, because I'm not saying Rise was bad as a navigator, but compared to all of them, I would definitely say Rise was bad. And she was alright. um, Teddy, I think no, I did not say this the last video. One thing I hope they do with Teddy is that they I can't even say it because they actually changed the story. I want him to be involved more. Like I can't say give him a confidence because I think in the base game he didn't have a confidence. He didn't have a confidence before. It was just like purely on story, kind of like on Metaphor you had Galaga where her thing is purely on how you progressing through the story, trying to um trying to bring back the king, or at least the king's son, the prince. Uh, who else? What's your one in Persona 4? Or not Persona 4, Persona 3? I know in Persona 5 it was Morgana. Persona 3, I think it was that kid that you first got introduced to. But I can't remember. I haven't played Persona 3 in like a year now, or a year or two, so I forgot. But otherwise, hopefully they just add more to Teddy, because one thing I always hate about what they do with characters that get introduced to help you is when they show you the character and then just like, oh, he's gonna show up later and help out. Like, can you at least be a bit more helpful? Like, okay, I sound so rude. I'm so sorry, guys. I sound like an asshole. But like, for example, throughout the whole thing, he's like, oh, I can help you with shadow. I can help you with Shadows' weaknesses. I can tell you what their weaknesses are. I'm like, yeah, that's cool and all, but like, can you help out a bit more? Like maybe Teddy will be able to help out. Maybe Teddy will be able to help out in like if you're low in SP or something, he'll help you get SP. It just won't be as much as Risei were to give you. So like, per se, when you're at Yukigyo or Kanji's palace, it will only give you like maybe 30. I think 30 is fair. Ooh, actually 30 might be a bit too much for Yukigyo. For Yukigyo's dungeon, so I'll probably say at Yukigyo's dungeon it'll be like maybe like 7 or 6 or 8. And then you get done with her dungeon, you'll be like, oh, I can help out a bit more because I found this thing. Or it could be like a special quest to help you help it help you help him help you. Sorry. To help him help you get more benefits from him being your navigator for the time being. So like, you'd be like, oh yeah, I heard there's some great delicacies in your world. If you guys could bring me some of those, that would be really great. And then of course you ask him what you can exchange. He's like, if you help me understand more about your world, I can help you with your battles. Like I can give you more SP. Like maybe the first time he asks you to help, it'll be like it'll go to 7 to 10, and then the more you do it, like it'll be like a choice thing. Like with Sojiro with his coffee, it'll be like the more time you do coffee, the more time you'll get better at the more better you'll get at making coffee, because we all know the mechanics in that game where the better the coffee, the more SP. I think at first it goes to 5, and then the second time it's like 10, and then the third time when it gets better it goes to like what, 20, and then at max you get like 40, which is pretty good. So it'd be something like that. So like the first time you'll get something basic like bread from the from the school or something, and then you'd be like, oh, this is pretty good. He's like bring me like 2 more of these and I'll be able to bring your SP up to like 10. And then you bring him like different items from the store. Like the better the item, the more helpful he'll be on the investigation team. And they'll be like, oh yeah, it goes to 10 to 15, and then Risei will show up and then she'll be able to help out. Alright. Otherwise, that's really all I want to talk about. Alright. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll probably make one more video about it. Otherwise, talk to you later. See ya.